Hey, hi, welcome guys. Welcome back to our channel, which is Pybron. So basically, we having all those things. We having ML, right? ML is nothing but machine learning. Okay. So if you are going to discuss about the ML, just try to understand the concept. If you know the basic history behind the deep learning, then it will be very, very easy, very, clear diagram, clear picture. It will come in front of you, and you can explore much more about this, right? So basically, if my voice will break, just let me know. Okay, am I audible, right?
You are audible.
Yeah, fine. So if you will break sometime, then just ping me over the WhatsApp or anywhere so I can understand, because by the flow I cannot ask you every time that am I audible or am I audible, right? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So basically, if what I was saying, if you want to learn the deep learning, if you know the history behind of deep learning, why the people are trying to learn the deep learning, why the people are trying to move around the deep learning, why all the problem statement is going to be solved with the deep learning, then you will get a clear picture about deep learning. And how, because people are used to say deep learning is kind of black box in the sense of, like in ml is, what is that? Ml, we have a mathematical equation, and with that we can incorporate all those things, and all those things we can understand, okay, this happen with this is going to be happen. But in case of deep learning, it's not like that. In case of deep learning, it's like a human brain. I'll show you all those things, don't worry at all. Now first try to understand the ml, and first try to understand the ml, what are the drawbacks are coming in ml, so that people are trying to learn the dl, right? So basically, complete ml, all the problem which we are solving, deep learning problem with the ml also, complete ml is going to be convert into three part, like a supervised. If you know what is the supervised ml, supervised ml, have you heard about this topic? Unsupervised.
Yeah. Supervisor, unsupervised. Yes.
Yes, unsupervised ML. And there is another technique of machine learning which is known as the reinforcement ML. Okay, have you heard about this?
Reinforcement, I got to, but I don't know the details about it. But supervised and unsupervised, I know.
Yes, supervised, basically we are dealing with the label data. Unsupervised ML, inside of unsupervised ML, what we are doing going to happen, we don't have the labels you
There is
understood, right?
no.
Yes. So basically, we
Yes.
are going to decide level from our end. So that is coming under the unsupervised learning. Reinforcement ML is very trending nowadays. Very trending in the sense of nowadays how it is going to be happen. Let's suppose, if you know that, I'll give you one example. Let's suppose I didn't train you. Hey, I didn't train you deep learning, and you went into the deep learning interview. So what will happen? You will not crack that interview. From next onwards, if you will see job description, they are asking for the deep learning, will you go there? No, you will not get there. Right? Because in the first attempt you seen, okay, deep learning I don't know, so I should not go there, right? So in reinforcement learning, at the runtime, it is learning. At the runtime, based on the incorrect prediction, it will learn, okay, these I predicted wrongly. So next time onwards, if any new data will come like this, then automatically I have to decide what the attempts I have to take. So this concept is coming under that reinforcement learning. Still, it is under experiment. It is not like that. Okay, still people are working under the reinforcement learning. But yes, you in my ml classes, I supposed to give some kind of model over the reinforcement ml also. So this is the whole agenda of the ml, right? Hope you understood about the ml. Basically, ml is nothing but, what is the ml and what is model? Just try to understand what is model. Model is what? In sense of ml, if you are talking about the ml, so in sense of ml, model is defined as a mathematical equation. What is okay, just try to understand. Mathematical equation which build the relationship between dependent and independent feature. Anyway, I'll give you this whiteboard note, okay, at the end of the class, so no need to worry about that. Okay, so what is the ml? Just try to okay, just try to understand this. Okay, just a minute. So So you understood, in case of ML, what we are going to do, in case of ML, we are trying to establish a mathematical equation which will build a relationship between the dependent and independent feature, right? So basically what I am trying to say here, just try to understand, what I'm trying to say here. Let's suppose we are going to predict the weight based on the height. So we have height and we have weight. So based on the height, we have to predict the weight. If any person having the height of 2 feet, then there is a weight of 20 kg. 3 feet, 30 kg. 4 feet is what? 40 kg. Let's suppose, just try to understand. 5 feet means 50 kg. 6 feet means 60 kg. Like this. This is the relationship. Now, in future, if any person will come of the height of 7 feet, then what will be the expected, what will be the expected weight of that person? Am I making sense? So this, if in order to predict this 7 feet wala weight, what we are trying to do, we are trying to build a mathematical equation. How we are trying to build a mathematical relationship? Let's suppose if you can able to plot these numbers over this number line x and y axis, don't feel that I came for the deep learning and I am teaching you ML. It's a very important concept, and with this concept we are going to jump into the deep learning. I cannot directly jump into deep learning. One class just tolerate the things. It will be very helpful, way too helpful. See, if you know the problems of ML, then you can betterly implement the deep learning concept. Okay, anyway, so height and weight. So this is my height, this is my weight. So what I'm trying to say, just try to understand, this is my height is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this kind of thing. And based on this, I have weight like a 10 kg, 20 kg, 30 kg, 40 kg, 50 kg, like this. So if my height is going to increase, then weight is automatically going to be increased. If you can plot this thing, and if you can able to make a line, then don't you think so height and weight having the linear relationship, right? So if any equation, anything will follow this line, what is the equation of this straight line? We had learned in class 6 or 7, y is equal to mx plus c. What is the m, what is c? Y, what is y, what is x? Y is dependent feature, and you can say dependent means unknown value, and x is what? Known value. And m is what? M is nothing but it's a kind of slope. If you can able to draw a angle between this, then this is known as the m basically. And c is what? If you extend this line, then this straight line is intersecting to the y-axis somewhere. So this point, at what point this line is going to intersect to the y-axis, this is known as the c. Make sense? So this is, if you can able to write an equation of this straight line, then I can say clearly, what it is following, this height and weight is following this equation, mx plus c, right? Am I making sense or not? Okay.
And
now,
so what about the error? So what about the error? Error also?
We are not coming to the error part yet. We are just trying to implement all the basic fundamental, then we will come to the error part. Okay, just try to understand. Okay.
Sure.
So what we implemented, this, how this equation came, just after plotting these two value on the graph paper, and I found okay, this following the straight line. So equation of this straight line will be y is equal to mx plus c. Now just try to understand, if I know m value and c value, then I can calculate the y value, because x value to anyway I have it given, right? Like this. So what I can do with the first two value, just try to understand, this is my w is what? W is my y, and h is what? H is my x. So what I am trying to do, I am going to put 20 is equal to m and x is equal to 2 plus c. Okay, this is my equation 1. And similarly, third wala equation I am going to put. Okay, third wala equation I am going to do, and here I am going to give 30 and 3m and plus c, this equation 2. With this two equation, I can clearly, calculate the m and c. What I can do, I can subtract this value, and what will come? Minus m equal to minus 10. So m is equal to 10, right? M ka value 10 came. Okay, now similarly, if you can put this m value in either of the equation, either equation 1 or equation 2, you can easily calculate the c value, right? So 20 equal to 20, okay, 10 to the 20 plus c. Okay, the c value will be what? 0. If any equation having c is equal to 0, what do you mean by this? Okay, let me show you. Okay, y is equal to mx plus c. This is our equation. Okay, mx plus c. Now we have m and c. Now we can put the value 10x plus c. C to 0 hai. So now this equation become y is equal to 10x. If any equation having no y intercept, means this line is passing from origin, right?
Origin, yes.
Origin,
Yeah.
right? So hope you understanding the concept. You understood this. Now we establish the relationship between the independent and dependent feature. Now in future someone came, okay, in future someone came, let's suppose someone came, hey Rajesh, I got a person whose height is let's suppose whose height is what, 6.5 feet. So what will be the expected weight for this? So aram se I can calculate 10 into 6.5. Okay, his weight must be 65 kg. Make sense? Okay, let's suppose just try to understand. Let's suppose just try to understand what I'm trying to do. If what I said 7, okay, if okay, 1 minute. So 7 feet wala person came. So what I can do, if someone came and they ask, okay, my height is 7 feet, what will be the my expected weight? So I can aram se calculate 7 into 10, 70. But actually, if you can go to the data set, okay, this is my data set, and here it is not 7 feet wala person having no, its actual weight is not 70, its actual weight is 68 kg. It might be possible, right? It might be possible, but my relationship, my mathematical relationship is saying, ki your height weight should be, as per your height, your weight should be 10 kg, 70 kg. But here we are getting 68 kg. So it is going to predict something wrong, right? So in order to overcome this kind of problem, this is nothing but how much wrong prediction came? 70 minus 68 is equal to 2 kg wrong. 2 kg wrong prediction came. So this 2 kg is nothing but known as the residual, or you can say error part. Okay, so in order to calculate this error part, we are adding one more parameter like a theta or something, whatever you can say, or error. So this is the complete, mathematical. Now you understood what about the error you was asking, right? You got the picture about this error part. What do you mean by, okay, how it is going to be happen? Just try to, it's a, trainable parameter. Just try to understand what do you mean by the trainable parameter. Okay. And suppose it will check all those things. Okay, so it will check 7, okay, but actually 68. So it will add this 5 value. Got it? It will add this, means it got predicted 70, but actually 68, right? So it will at the runtime, it will decide the theta value, and it will, means what I have to do? I have to subtract 2 kg, right? So it will put the theta value minus 2, and it will give the correct prediction. So based on the means input, automatically error will adjust itself, right? So this is the ML. Okay, in the ML, what we are trying to do, we were trying to establish the mathematical relationship between the independent and dependent feature, right? So in this, what was the problem? Just try to understand what was the problem here. In this, as you know, this is the mathematical equation. So might be sometime this trainable parameter will work properly with the training data set, but it is not going to work properly with the testing data set. Make sense? It might be possible, right? So in the testing data set, what we are trying to do, we have unknown data, right? We have completely unknown data, or you can say we have a toy data, or you can say it's a unknown data, means unseen data. So at that time, this phi value will not properly adjust itself. Make sense? So in that time, ML is getting failed, right? So in order to overcome this kind of problem, deep learning came into the picture, or artificial neural network. Okay, first try to understand artificial neural network, right? Make sense up to this? You understand?
The last line, the last line I could not understand. Just before, like, the trainable, that what you told, that these
Acha.
all the parameters are trainable, and
No,
we can train all these things to the machine. But when the machine, what is the limitation? Hello.
your voice is breaking, Manas. Hello.
Yeah. So last line that I could not. What is the limitation? The limitation that I got to know, like, limitation means what happens. The accuracy rate. What happens? Like, the accuracy, we are not maintain the accuracy. It automatically can't reduce the accuracy, or sorry, improve the accuracy. This is the limitation of ML, I think.
Yes, yes, you
And because
are.
of that, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
because of that, because of that, deep learning is coming into the picture, because it automatically improves the accuracy.
See, there is
But
no
here in the
concept of
machine,
automatically. I'll show you. I'm going to give the agenda of deep learning now. How the deep learning you are talk.
So what I understand, like, because of this accuracy, there is ML is not able to improve the accuracy by itself. So because and because of this limitation, we are going to the deep learning, because the deep learning, the input parameters and parameters, and with the help of that, and it improves the accuracy step by step. So this is the main advantage of the deep learning. This is I understood from
Okay.
you.
One
Yeah.
thing I want to clear you. There is no
Mm.
concept of automatic. Okay, there is nothing going
Okay.
to be happen automatically in case of deep learning. Remove this concept
Okay.
from
Okay.
your mind. There is some logic. There is some logic which is going to be built that I will show you in a coming session,
Mhm.
and today also
Mhm.
probably I will show you something, and I'll let you
But
know.
here, in the whatever you are showing from there, like, I'm not getting the link. How to link to the deep learning? So this is
Yes,
the
yes, yes. I
uh,
haven't discussed about the deep learning yet, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll discuss with the deep learning about the deep learning.
Yeah.
Then you will get to know about what how the deep learning is going to work, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So now coming to the picture about the deep learning. Okay,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a minute. This is not a deep learning. This is ANN basically. Okay, ANN
Okay.
is what?
Yeah.
Artificial neural network. So what is artificial neural network? Just try to understand what is artificial neural network. Okay, so artificial neural network is basically how the human mind is going to work. Just try to understand how the human mind is going to work. It's a like on human mind. Okay, so let me show you one diagram. Just a minute. Human brain. Let me know if you can see my screen, right? So if you can see this human brain part, there is a different part of human, right? So there is a frontal lobe, there is a part parental lobe, left node, cerebrum, lot of things are there. Each part having their own role, right?
Mhm.
Own role. If you can see, if you heard about in your childhood, if you heard in childhood, then we probably seen these things. If anyone is hitting to your near to neck, then we try to call, hey, this is small brain, right? So this is the small
Mhm.
brain. If you can see my mouse, then there is a small brain which is very sensitive, and it is going to attach with your body at very sensitive stage. If this part will get detached, then you cannot understand anything, and your mind functionality will stop working. Got it? So how it is going to be
Yeah.
happen, just try to understand. Let's suppose if I'll give you hot matter. Okay, if I'll give you the hot matter, means like I can say what I can say. I'll tell you what is that. Let's suppose if you will touch to the hot essential part, means hot pot, hot something, or gas stove. If you are touching the gas, what is going to be happen next time? Means automatically your hand is getting out from that place. Is it? So
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
going to be happen? Just try to understand. This is your hand. This is your hand, and it touched the hot part. Hot part. automatically this hot signal is going from your hand to your brain, and brain is very sensitive. And how the brain becomes sensitive, how the brain get to know this is the hot material, right? So if you see the child, if you see the very small child who is new baby born, okay, newborn baby, so he can touch anything. He doesn't know about the, initially he doesn't know what is hot material, what is cold material. He doesn't know what is height, what is not height, what is the thing I have to touch, what should I not have. They doesn't know, right? So at the very beginning state, he can touch anything, and later on he get to know, okay, this is the hot material, and with this I'm getting pain. So next time onwards he is not going to touch. So who is going to decide these things? So in case of deep learning, what is trying to happen at the first stage, at the okay, at the first stage you touch the hot body, hot material, but you didn't know this is hot or cold. So this signal went to the brain, and brain understood, okay, this is the hot, okay, so in with this I'm getting pain. So automatically brain will send a signal to your hand, hey hand, remove your hand as soon as possible, so that so that hand is getting removed from that place. Making sense? So ANN is going to be work, basically ANN is going to work in such a way. I'll show you one more diagram. So in case of, if you can see this diagram, okay, so this is basically this kind of root. If you see these things, I'll annotate this 1 minute. If you can see these things, this is what? This is nothing but it's known as the, from here signal is receiving, right? So it's a receiver.
Yeah.
It's a receiver. So it is taking the signal from the various part, and it's nothing but your hand, finger, your nose, these are the things, okay? So this is taking the input from the various part, and it is sending, sending the signal to the neuron. Okay, this is nothing but this is what it's known as the neuron. Okay, this is sending the signal to the neuron, and neuron is getting this input, and based on the input, what the output I have to give, what the response I have to give, that is going to be decided by this neuron. Okay, and this signal is going to be sent back to the this receivers, and receiver is giving the output, right? So this is the complete functionality of the human brain. Similarly, if you can see, there is a two neuron, like one neuron here, another neuron is here is also one neuron. This two neuron is getting connected. What is that? It's known as the axon. This is nothing but it's known as the axon. In case of deep learning also, we have this kind of concept. Two neuron is getting communicate between to each other with the axon. If you can see this diagram, see, are you able to see this diagram?
Yeah.
So this is nothing but this is known as the axon. This is what? This is my neurons. This is what? This is my neuron. And this is what? This is my receivers. This is what? This is my receivers. And receiver is taking the input. Receiver is taking the input. If you can correlate this human brain to this, then you can easily understand how it is going to functionality. Okay, so it is taking the input and it is sending the input to the neurons, and neurons will do some functional. Okay, I'll discuss about all those things. Don't worry, don't collapse all those things right now. Just try to correlate human brain with the artificial neural net. Just try to understand how it is similar. Okay, so it will calculate all those things. It will check, okay, what input came, and what the output I have to give, and based on the input it will calculate all those things here, and it will communicate between each other, and it will send the output at the final, and it will send the output. Okay, it send the output, right? And it also send the output. But let's suppose mind sends, okay, let's suppose you selected me as a mentor. Okay, so if you can able to correlate these things, so similar thing is going to be happen. And in case of human mind, sometimes human mind is also not able to decide correctly. Let's suppose you selected me as a mentor, and at the final point you think that okay, I selected a wrong mentor, I should select another mentor. It might be possible, like a human brain, and it is not able to decide. So next time onwards, if you want to learn something in the deep learning, so what you will do, you will not come to my place. Okay, you will go to the another place, right? Am I making sense or not? So similarly, how it happened? Based on the output. based on the output. After the end of the session, after the end of the 1 month, you will get a one output, and based on the output you are going to decide whether for the next onward I have to go this mentor or not. Making sense? So how it is going to be happen, just try to understand. This output came, and based on the output it will check the loss, it will check the loss, and based on the loss it will optimize. This is nothing but next level I am going to draw here. It is known as the optimizer. Okay, optimizer. And optimizer will decide whether I have to update something in this, means I have to retrain our brain, or I have to inform to the brain, hey brain, you decided wrong output, means you gave the wrong response, so you have to think about that. So optimizer will decide, will decide whether I have to instruct to the brain whether you should means whether you should redecide on the output, or we can proceed with that output. So optimizer will decide, and it will give the back response to the input, and again it will calculate all those things, and it will check the output, and again it will calculate the loss, again it will go to the optimizer, and optimizer again will decide what are the value are correctly predicted or not. If not, then again it will, this cycle will we continue until unless we are not getting the correct answer. Make sense? So similar, brain is also going to be happen like this. Brain is also doing like this. If you decided me as a mentor, then after 1 month, if you are not getting the correct response with me, then what you will do? You will next time onwards, you will not come to me. You trained, means you got the idea about my way of teaching, right? So next time you will not come to me. Make sense? Okay. So this is the complete functionality of ANN. I'll draw this ANN functional. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, so now how the ANN is going to work, just try to understand here. Okay, let's suppose human brain you understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my input. Let's suppose, oh okay, I would like to, oh okay, 1 minute. This is one, you had seen many problem. If you are in this domain, then you had seen many problem, right? So what is that problem? We have 3 input, x1, x2, x3, and this is my output. What is that? Just try to understand. I have to check whether you will pass the exam or not. So based on this, means how many hours you are studying, hours, okay, and hours, and what is your playing time, and also you can say this is second parameter, and third parameter is what is your friend circle. Just try to understand, bad friend circle or right friend circle. These are the 3 input parameter, and based on that I'm going to check whether means whether you will crack the GRE exam or not. So let's suppose if you are studying 2 hours and playing 3 hours, and you have bad friend circle, and let's suppose if you are studying 3 hours and playing 2 hours, and you have right friend circle. Am I audible? So
Yeah.
pass or this is fail. So just try to understand. Now ANN, how ANN is going to work. Here is 3 input parameter. So these 3 input, this x1, x2 and x3 will reach to this input, and here is many neurons. As many neurons you want to, okay, at the later stage I will tell you how to decide how many neuron you should apply. Okay, so as of now you can say this is the means as per your understanding, whatever neuron you want to add, you can add. So this input will go to these neurons, all the neurons. Okay, this is known as the fully connected network basically. Okay, all the it will go, and this is sometime it is known as the hidden layer. Okay, this is nothing but it's known as the hidden layer also. Okay, so hidden layer also is you can add as many number of hidden layer you want to add, you can add it up, and there is some benefit, there is some drawback. I'll discuss about that also, no worries at all. Okay, and
okay, so here input layer, then hidden layer, then fully connected layer.
Yes.
The last. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just try to understand. This is binary class problem, right? So here is
Yeah.
single, means whether it will pass or fail. So this input, this hidden layer, it means input went to the neurons. This is nothing but it's known as the neuron. Okay. And neuron will do the calculation and it will give the output. Okay. And based on the output, whatever output came from here, it will check the loss. Means what is the loss? Basically, let's suppose expected is pass, but my model is going to decide you become a fail, then in that case it's a loss. So it will check the loss, and that loss will go to the optimizer. Okay, there is a different kind of optimizer, 10 optimizer. At least I will teach you 10
Oh,
optimizer. Okay.
okay.
And
Okay.
there is also different loss function is also there. Okay.
Okay.
Optimizer, and optimizer will think about this loss, whether I should consider this loss or not. Okay, sometimes loss is very minor, so that time we are considering, sometimes we are not able to consider. So it will reach to the optimizer, and optimizer will optimize the output, and based on the output it will back propagation will happen. This is known as the back propagation. Okay.
Okay. So a optimizer will send the signals to the
Yes,
again.
again input.
So okay.
So this cycle will be continue until unless you are not getting the correct output.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Up to this, any
Yeah. Got.
problem? No problem, right?
No
Human brain
problem.
is
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
going to work like this. So this is the
Yeah.
basic architecture of ANN, right? Make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Any doubt?
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
cool, cool. Then
So can you please send this note? Is it possible for you
yes,
to
it is
send?
possible, but by mistake, I did one mistake here. I'll tell you what I did mistake. I'll show you. Basically in this note not a single thing is there. If you can go, there are a lot of things are stacking, bagging, boosting, everything is there. So from next onwards I will take care of all these things, and I will make a separate note so that I can give it. Generally I used to do this thing.
Okay.
No worries, from next onwards it's a very basic architecture. So I'll from next onwards I will I'll share all those things. Hope up to this, any doubt?
No, just one question. So after the hidden layers,
Yes.
so it will be fully connected layers. After that, after the fully connected layers, the loss function will come into picture. Then
Yes.
yeah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
just understood. Any doubt?
No, no,
No
no.
doubt.
It's
Right.
yeah,
Okay. Just a minute. I would like to discuss more thing about this. You have time, right? So how it is going to be happen? Just try to understand. We'll discuss all those things in a depth. Don't worry at all. Don't be do hurry worry. We'll teach you all those things and in a depth only, so that at the point of interview you should know all the each and every
okay.
point what is going to be happen at the back end, right? Okay. Let's suppose we have these data set. Make sense? No doubt. Okay, this is my
Yeah,
input
yeah,
parameter. Let's try to understand the things. We have six, so six input, and this is my one hidden layer. As of now I am keeping only one hidden layer. Okay, four hidden layer. And what is trying to happen, just try to understand. This is x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6. Okay, now, okay, if two hand is inside of gas stove, which hand you will remove first? In which you will get more heat, right? In which hand you will get
yeah,
more
yeah,
heat,
yeah.
that hand you will remove first. So similarly in case of neuron also,
Yes.
in order to see, try to coordinate all those things with the human mind, you will get to know all those things. Okay, let me connect. So it is not fully connected, you can connect all those things. I mean, this also we have to connect this, but as of now let it to be like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Just 1 second. 1 second.
Just be focused for 10 minutes, don't go anywhere. Okay, it's a very interesting concept
Yes.
and very important
Sure.
as of now. Okay, so each neuron will associate it with some weight. What is weight? Basically weight is nothing but, as I told you, right, if your two hand inside of uh, gas stove, so which hand you will remove first? In which you feel more heat, that hand will remove first. So in order to do this thing, we
Yeah.
have associated some weight to each neuron. So W1, W2, W3, W4. I'll keep another color so it will be more interesting. W5, W6, W7, W8, W9, W10, W11, right? And
Yeah.
here also W11, W12, W13. This is known as the weight. Okay, and this is my output. This is nothing but this is my output. Okay, just try to understand what is going to be happen. Okay, so this, if let's suppose x1, this complete row, this is nothing but this is one row, and one row data gone from like this, second row, after this second rows, third row, fourth row. Okay, just try to understand here very focusedly, just try to understand. Let's suppose this first row went here, so what is going to be happen, just try to understand. Each input will associate it with their weight, x1 w1 plus x2 w2 plus x3 w3 plus x4, okay, w4 means x5 w5 plus x6 w6. Okay, so it will do it converted this input I associated with the weight. Can you mute you, that what is going to be happen from your end?
Yeah.
Okay, so just a minute, just try to understand. So what happened, this input associated with the weight, and this this is complete one row data, right, associated with the weight, and this is considered as a input. Understood? Any doubt? Initially my input was x1, x2, x3, x6, right, and now x1.
One second.
So this input converted as a weighted input now, and this weighted input, this weighted, up to this any doubt? Right, I'm
No,
asking,
on
right, input is
yeah. So
converted as a
here,
weighted input. That's all.
so for every input, there will be weightage
Weightage.
associated with.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. So what is going to be happen next? This is known as the linear function. This is nothing but this is known as linear function. Now this weighted input will reach to the activation function. What is the need of activation function? Just try to understand. Activation function. And this again, this is the separate class about the activation function. Don't worry, don't discuss about the activation. Again, we will discuss lot of things inside of activation function, like relu, Nikki relu, sigmoid, he relu, he net, many things we will see. And yeah, we will see all those things. Just I'm giving the overview today's session. Activation, what it will do, this linear input will convert it into the non-linear input. This is what this is. If you have a phone, then take a snap, that will be better, or if you have pen and notebook, then note it down.
Yeah, I'm noting it down actually.
Linear.
From the beginning, I'm noting it down.
Yes.
But wherever is when I'm starting, suppose.
Yeah. From tomorrow onwards, I will give you these diagrams. Okay, so I'll take care of all this. So this activation function will convert this linear input to the non-linear input. What is the, again, very interesting point of interview question. I used to ask the same question. What is the use of activation function? Activation function is used to convert linear function to the non-linear function. Then what is the use of non-linear function again? Okay, just try to understand non-linear function. So non-linear function will activate the neuron. How neuron will get activated? See, there is a many parameters, so which I have to consider. So I have to convert complete multiple input into the single parameter, then only this neuron will understand whether I should activate or not. So this not linear input will convert as a non-linear, and non-linear function will activate my neuron. And what is the function of activation function? What is the use of activation function? First, convert linear function, linear input to the non-linear function or non-linear input, and also second, to activate the neuron, to activate. Any doubt?
Here, little. So here, this linear function we did first in the linear function. This is the linear equation. After that, activation. The role of activation function is to convert the linear function to non-linear function.
And
now
also activate the neurons. Yes. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Then activate the neuron. Okay.
Yes.
So who is which one is neuron here?
Yeah. This circle. I kept the circle, right? I kept the circle, right? If you can see these circles, This is my
Yeah, yeah.
neurons. Okay, this is my neurons.
Mhm.
So this will
Okay.
activate the neuron. Whether
Mhm.
understood? Any doubt?
No, no. Yeah,
Okay.
no doubt.
So
Yeah.
after calculation, okay. So here we will get some output. Here we will get some output. Okay. Here output 2, output 3, output 4 we will get. Right? Any doubt? No doubt. Okay. Now again this output 1, output 2, output 3, output 4 will associate it with the another weight like this. Output 1 W11 plus output 2 W12 plus output 3 W13 plus output 4 W14.
Yeah,
So
it
what,
is okay. No.
yeah, what I am saying, again this output will associate with the another weight, right? And this
Yeah.
output 1, output 2, output 1 associated with the W11, output 2 associated with the W12, output 3 W13, output 4 W14. Okay, so again this,
Here I have a question. Here I have a question, if you don't mind.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So here, after the activation function, it will the activation function will activate the neuron.
Yes.
After that, it will change the weight.
No, it will not change the weight. Weight is not getting changed. See,
Okay.
W11 is another weight, is associated with this line, this neuron.
Okay.
Weight is not getting changed now. Weight changing, I'll show you. Don't worry at all. Okay, don't mismatch the
Okay.
concept. Got it?
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now, again, this non-linear wala output is converted as a linear input, right? So again, we need here activation function. Then again, it will go to the activation function. Just try to understand how it is going to be happen. So again, it will go to the activation function. And what is the use of activation function? That I already told you here. And again, now just try to understand this complete output is converted into the single parameter now at this point, and this will give me some response, some output, y hat. What is y hat? Predicted output. This is y hat is nothing but predicted output. And what is my actual output? Y. So it will calculate the loss. What will be the loss? Y minus y hat will be the loss. Okay. So based on the loss, based on this loss, again, this loss will go to the optimizer. This loss will go to the optimizers, and optimizer will decide, optimizer will see, okay, this loss is more, so we have to this optimizer will see the output, and based on the loss, optimizer will think about that, and optimizer will think, and based on the loss, it will update the weight. So we will calculate loss. Up to loss you understood, right? What is loss?
Yeah, what is loss function? That means the difference between
Actual
the
and
output
predicted.
and the
Yes,
original.
actual and predicted.
Yeah,
Yes.
predicted.
So this loss
Yeah.
value will go to the optimizer, and again there is a different optimizers. Okay, don't worry. There is again next one class I'll take on the optimizers only. Okay, and optimizer will think about this loss, and based on the loss, it will change the weight. It will change the weight in the back propagation. Again, one of the favorite interview question: when the weight updation is going to be happen? Weight updation is always going to be happen in the back propagation, not in the front propagation. Got it? So when the back propagation is going to be happen, that time based on the loss, it will update the weight, it will update the all weight, and it will again pass the input, and it will check the again loss, and again it will pass the input. Like this is going to be happen, right?
Yeah.
So this way it will predict the correct output. Any doubt up to this? Any doubt? Right? So
yeah. So I'll shall I little whatever I understood, just I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happens actually when the loss happens, loss function, after the loss function, again the seeing the accuracy level, it will again break back propagation happens, and it inputs goes to the input again, and after that again different weight is mixed with the input value, right? Multiply it with
yes.
Okay.
You are correct. Right. No doubt. Any doubt?
Yeah. So weight is updated automatically. That means
no.
First,
There is no automatic concept. There is a mathematical equation that we will see. There is one separate class is there, weight updation class. Okay. I'll tell you. what are
Okay.
the next
Okay.
class,
Sure. Yeah.
what, there is no concept of automatic,
Yeah.
remove from your mind, you are a data scientist. Okay, so
Yeah. 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 Sure.
this
Sure.
thing I really worried. Every people used to say automatically it is going to be happen, no automatic concept is there. Okay, so one concept is there
Yeah.
that I am
Yeah.
going to take a class, weight initialization.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the one class I will take, weight initialization, activation function,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
everything,
Okay.
activation function.
Yeah.
Third, optimizers.
Yeah.
There are separate class, dear, optimizers. Then fourth,
Okay.
loss function.
Okay.
This four class
Yeah.
we need to complete the complete ANN. Then you will, right
Okay.
now I gave black box only. Okay, we are
Okay.
going to
Okay.
explain all those things. Then
Mhm.
once you get the clear picture about these, then from this only interview is coming. Okay, and then we will jump to the CNN,
Okay. Okay.
and we will create some model, and then
Mhm.
we will discuss about the TensorFlow at all, everything in depth. Don't worry. Okay,
Mhm.
so that is my
Mhm.
agenda. If you have
Okay.
any doubt, you can ask me. I'm done for today. Tomorrow we will sit for this. Okay.
Sure. Sure. So tomorrow at what time, shall?
Tomorrow might be we can sit early. Right, 6 p.m. will be fine for you.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. 6:30. Is it okay?
Yeah, 6:30 will be fine. Right. I have one doubt
Yeah.
clearing
Yeah.
class
Sure.
actually. Tomorrow 8 to 9. So people used to ask the doubt.
Okay.
I'll add you also if you have any doubt.
Mhm.
So you can ask the doubt in doubt clearing session.